going on, guys? It's Joe from Petty Fixes. I'm back again. It's been quite a while since I've done anything, but I'm here to satisfy y'all's needs once again. The channel where you get all your tech fixes at, all the stuff that you need to know about computers, technology in general. So today I'm here to do another review. I have a cooler, a water cooler for my computer. My computer's sitting right back there. What's going on is I was given a water cooler by DeepCool. It's the DeepCool Captain 120EX RGB. Now a lot of people know who DeepCool is. They have the pretty cool looking cooler. It has the LED light on the front of the cooler. It's a pretty cool one, and it's always been on my radar to try out, but I haven't really had an interest for it for real until I saw the RGB one, because RGB's all in right now. So I decided to give it a try, and I've been using it the past few days on my Ryzen 1600X. I got a new build log, by the way, coming up in a new video. But I've been trying it out for the past few days, and I'm telling you, I love it. It complements my system so well, and not only does it perform good, but it looks damn good in the process. So if you guys are ready, let's go ahead and jump into it, and here's my review of the Captain 120EX RGB by DeepCool. The packaging for this cooler is extremely nice. So in the PC community, we like to keep our boxes as keepsakes, something just to remind us of what we accomplished. I will say that this is one of the better looking packages I've ever seen, and I have a little shelf that I put all my packages and boxes and stuff on, and this one definitely stands out. It's got an iridescent siding to it which stands out. All of the appropriate info is on the siding and the back of the box. Now, going with this cooler, it does support all of the major platforms from Intel and AMD, including the new AM4 platform from AMD. I personally have a Ryzen 1600X, and that's what I'll be showing you how to install on this cooler today. Opening up the box, you will find all the necessary items that you need to install this 120EX onto your preferred platform. You have the instruction manual, which is very detailed, by the way. It's better than anything I've seen from any other manufacturer. You have all the appropriate mounting brackets and thumb screws in a little baggie. There's a 120mm fan, hence the name of the 120EX. This fan has a unique design also, but more on that in a minute. Then there's the cooler itself, the water block, with its unique visual styling. There's also an RGB controller and an RGB LED strip on the inside of the case, but I've already installed this inside my case and it would have been a pain to pull out. Talk about the water block itself. It's a pretty unique design, almost steampunk in nature. The lighting area is made to give off the appearance of a reactor. Nobody else on the market has this type of design. It comes from their GamerStorm lineup, and it's got a pretty aggressive styling to it. It's got a visual external circulation system, and there's a glass tube coming from the pump which circulates water through, which you can see. There's a variable lighting system which includes the water block itself and an LED strip that's controlled by the controller cable that comes with it, or by the motherboard's RGB header if your motherboard supports it. The tubing length on this is 310mm. The width of the radiator itself is about 27mm. If you want to do push-pull, I probably wouldn't install this onto the back of the case. The pump itself is around 85mm high, 92mm wide at its base. Now, I didn't have any clearance issues with my RAM on this. I know some water blocks will have clearance issues, but this one's no problem at all. Plus, it doesn't have a logo on one specific side, so there's no particular way you have to install this. You can install it upside down, sideways, whatever way is comfortable for you. Now onto the unique fan that's packaged with this. It's a TF120 double blade fan. It offers higher air pressure for the radiator according to DeepCool. It's also got ceramic bearings which give it 120 hours of operation. The fan itself feels very sturdy and is pretty heavy. It's a very nice build quality. The cooler itself isn't very hard to install. It comes with the back plate for the motherboard, which you have to use to install on an AM4 motherboard. On the bracket itself, there are different mounting holes with the corresponding labels for each hole. Make sure you use the correct holes. Once you have the bolts put in, slide the back plate onto the back of the motherboard, putting the bolts through the motherboard. Next, take the standoff screws and screw them onto the bolts. There are two sets of brackets, one of the longer sets, which is for Intel, and then one of the shorter ones, which is for AMD. I use the shorter ones to mount the water block onto my Ryzen 1600X. Place the brackets onto the standoff screws, taking into consideration which orientation is the correct orientation. Once they're on, take the thumb screws and screw them onto the brackets, securing them in place. Now that you've done all that, all you have to do is just install the water block. Simply place the block onto the processor in the correct orientation that you want it on, screw the screws into the mounting brackets, and boom, that's it. That's all you have to do. Talking about the temps. Well, that's going to be another video for another day. I'll be uploading my results on that soon, but let me tell you, since I've been testing it out, it's most definitely keeping everything cool. Now let's talk about some of the functions on the controller. It has 3 buttons. It has an S button for the speed. It has an M button for the mode, and then there's a middle button which controls the brightness of the lights themselves. Clicking on the M button puts it in specific modes. You click it once to keep it static, and you click it again to make it breathe. It's a breathing pattern that it has going on. I'll run through the colors and I'll show you what it does. There's red, and then there's a breathing red. There's green, and then there's breathing green also. Then you have blue. Then there's breathing blue. You have orange or yellow, whichever way you want to look at it, then there's breathing that color. You have purple. Then you have blue. Then you have white. Then clicking it cycles it through all the colors, but it flashes all the colors. And then clicking it one more time makes it breathe through the cycle of the colors. And then clicking it again makes it smoothly scroll through all the cycles of the colors. So there y'all have it. That's my review on the water cooler from DeepCool, the Captain 120EX RGB. Now, there are some things that I love about it. Actually, I love everything about it except for quite a few things. Just really 2 major things. One would have to be the RGB cable, the one that controls the lights and the speed and the mode that the cable that the cooler goes into. It would be nice if they would have included like a longer cable that could have came outside of the case. As you can see, I kind of had it routed around the back somehow just so I could have access to it in case I wanted to change my color profile or my theme on my desk or anything like that. It would have been nice to have something that was a lot longer and didn't have another attachment to it at the end that could have came outside of the case to where it's easily accessible. Number 2, the second thing that I didn't like was the RGB controller itself. It's pretty basic, and also controlling the RGB stuff. Now, I've seen coolers where you can control it through software itself, but having just a couple of clicky buttons to change your thing, you know, not fine-tune the actual speed that you want it to go at, because it does go at different speeds. But you know, some people may want it to match up with, you know, the strobing of their LED fans in their case or something like that, because they may have different brand fans or something like that, and it just didn't match up with everything I was doing. But I will say this, the cooler itself performs admirably up under heavy loads, and it looks good while I was doing it. And the fact that this an actual RGB one instead of like a static red or white or blue or green or something like that, you have the choice to pick any color you want to match anything you want to whenever you want to change your setup or whenever you want to change the theme of your desk. So with that said, man, I'm pretty happy with everything, and DeepCool did a damn good job on the product. So you got thumbs up from me, DeepCool. Thumbs up. If you guys like what I did today, please like and subscribe to my channel. Click the little bell. Also, you get notifications for whenever I upload. I'm about to start uploading a lot more frequently now because I have access to a lot more stuff. So guys, just stay tuned. So with that being said, guys, y'all have a good day. This is Joe from Petty Fixes. Stay petty.